taking a closer look at the bottom shell, seeing what we have to move and all of that. Okay. So over here, it looks like obviously we need to move the entire motherboard. We need to make sure that this mains connector is going to be slotted into place. And over here, this AV out jack is going to be slotted appropriately as well. So it looks like the screws which we will have to remove are most likely going to be around the perimeter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we have a missing screw here. Huh. Interesting. So I have 6, 7, and 8. I believe these smaller screws, we have a couple screws missing here as well. Huh. So this was open before. I guess whoever closed it probably closed it with a drill or something. So through the holes as well. So recounting is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 screws total. Okay, well, let's go ahead and remove those 10 screws, starting from the left of the console here in the hole. These are all Phillips head screws. There we have one. There we have 2. This one was a little bit stubborn. 3. Let's see. I can't see, actually. There we go. 4. Okay. So the 2 screws up here are longer than the 2 that we removed from the side. That's something to keep in mind when you're reassembling this. 5. 6. 7. Let's see. 8. That one is okay. Okay, so that one fell in. Let's try to, actually, we could just wait. Take out the board first. Nine and 10. Should be 11, but we have 10 here. Let's see. It's still being held in. Oh, that's right. From these 2 as well. Yeah. and probably something else here. I'm going to have to take a closer look at that. One, two. Let's see. So is this free? Yes, this is free. Let's move this one. Three. There we go. This should be free, but it's still being held down here. So let's see. So I did remove the heat sink. Oh, that is a word that I cannot say on a family-friendly channel. Yeah. Why did they do that? I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. Come. Now it should be free. Once again, I have no idea why they did that. Nintendo. Okay, so let's see how this is going to slot into place. So just like that. What can we replace here? Oh, would you look at that? We do have a couple of things that we need to remove from here first. Oh, and the heatsink came off. Oh no, I'm having flashbacks from that Nintendo Entertainment System disassembly series. Oh boy, okay. There we go. Is there anything else? There's this little plastic housing. So if you're comparing these two, they feel very similar. What I would say is that the one in the original Nintendo 64 is more opaque, and the one in the new housing is less opaque, it's more transparent. So it just depends on what you prefer. If you want something that's completely opaque versus something that's a little bit more transparent, I'm going to go with the more transparent one since, I don't know, I think it might suit the system a little bit better. Okay, so now it's firmly into place. Is there anything else from this board that we need? Not that I can tell. Oh, and there is our missing screw. Okay, let's go ahead and put that one over to the side. We do have a replacement housing for this, which we are going to install here. It's going to be like this. So something like that. I did not see these anywhere. I'm not really sure what these are for. Let's go ahead and sort of slot this board into place. It's being a little stubborn. Yeah, I could see why. Maybe it's, yeah, this thing was upside down. Let's try this again. There we go. And we have our AV ports here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Okay, let's go ahead and slot those into place. Okay, slotting this one. Now getting this one, the AV port where it's supposed to be. There. Just like that. Here's what it looks like from the back. Yeah, looks to be pretty good so far. We do have these bottom feet that needs to be put into place. There we go. Now these two. So equivalent pieces did not exist, at least not to my knowledge. And the other two shells here, unless they're literally right in front of me. What are these for? Huh. Checking the bottom case. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe someone will let me know in the comments or in a message or whatever you like. So now we will go ahead and start putting these screws back into where they need to be. You know, I'm actually going to put these on later. Okay, it's actually these. I'm going to slot these into place just so that I do not forget where they're supposed to go. So, I suppose normally through these videos, I'm a little bit more talkative, but I don't know, it's been a pretty exhausting day for work, so don't really have much else to say. Yeah, I know I switched to the 2, but let's actually... Let's see here. These 3 are the same. This one looks a little bit thinner, but doesn't go there. Yep. Interesting. Let's take another look at that. I think I'm beginning to realize what those are for. Oh, I screwed it up. Forgot about that. It was going into the plastic, but those holes are not drilled yet. So, like I said before, these holes are not pre-drilled, so you're going to have to drill them yourself. And how I'm going to do that is by taking a screw, putting them into the threads, going in a little bit, and taking them out. Now we'll do the same for here. Luckily, the plastic is pretty soft, so. Strange, because it looks like some of the holes are pre-drilled, whereas other ones are not. It's kind of, I mean, there are holes, but there are no threads. There are no threads for the holes. Yeah, you can see all the plastic that's coming off of there. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put this in again. There we go. That's the ticket right there. Got it. There. Okay. Now proceed. To screw the rest of this board in. Okay. Let's see. Put these 2 long screws into place. Put 1 and 2. Also have a number 3 here, a number 4 inside there. So it may go without saying, but if you're disassembling this yourself, you may not be missing as many screws as I am. I purchased this console used quite a long time ago, so I'm not sure what the original owner was planning to do with it that long ago. Who knows? I think there are several. Oh, this one is not pre-drilled. Okay, that's gonna be fun. So for this system, there are some pretty streamlined options for playing games. I think if anyone who's watching this video is familiar with the EverDrive, which is a flash cart created by Crix, or I should say it's a series of flash carts, since he created flash carts for the Nintendo 64, I believe the Sega Genesis, PC Engine, Super Nintendo, just a bunch of different flash cartridges in which you would put games onto an SD card and put it into the cartridge, put it into the console, and then there would be a menu where you could select a game and you could just play it just off of there. I think it really makes playing games useful, or not really useful, but easier. It's definitely easier to do it that way. All of that clicking is coming from my screwdriver, but skipping threads. It's skipping a lot of threads. I think that'll be enough. There. Okay, so I thought this would be a quick video, but probably not. Wow. I can't believe I've been recording for almost an hour already. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. So I think, if you're watching this in the future or something, what I'm probably going to do is, for the first time ever, I am going to split this video into 2 parts. It's probably not going to be clear which part is part 1 and which part's part 2, but I think what I'm probably going to do is just part 1 is going to be like the first 30 minutes, and part 2 is going to be the second 30 minutes, something like that. Break this off into its own mini-series. Even though it probably doesn't deserve it. I don't know, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll just upload the entire video as 1 unit and then engage feedback. Yeah, that's really annoying. And if people are not a fan of the longer form factor, then such a pain. Moving forward, I can probably just go ahead and make shorter videos, or take a long video and split it up into parts. Man, it really, I think one of the biggest reasons why this video is taking so long is because it takes so much torque. It takes so much effort and strength to re-thread these new holes by hand. Oh, and not, I guess I do have to recommend it because if you're using any kind of power tool, it's very possible to break the threads or break the plastic posts. Because even though the shell is not necessarily much or significantly weaker than the original Nintendo 64 shell, it is still weaker. It is still a thinner plastic, just very slightly. So it's like the difference between, oh no, that's too much. It's like the difference between the thickness of this and the thickness of this. Like, they're very similar, but this one is just a little bit thinner. That's how I would describe this plastic. It's just a little bit thinner. There's a little bit more flex to it. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be doing this, and whatever you decide to do, just to be careful so that you don't break anything. Okay, that's one. So much effort. Wow. Okay, so there we go. Now it's installed into the bottom shell. So moving forward from here, what I'm going to be doing is installing the bottom feet, putting on the top case, installing the rest of the screws. Actually, before I do that, let's just put this to the side for a second. This top cover, I actually do want to take off. Give it to me. Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Let's see. This one. I think I could be wrong about this, but if the holes were pre-threaded, then it would have probably taken like maybe 15 or 20 minutes off. I don't know, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but that's certainly what it feels like. It took a lot of effort to do that. Nope. This thing just doesn't want to let go. Okay. So if we just removed all those screws, and this is still being stuck in, it's stuck, then what exactly was the point of those screws? What do they actually do? Careful. Let's not injure ourselves on a video like this. I got an idea. It's not. There. Come out. Come up. There. Okay. Oh, will you look at that? I don't know if it could be seen on camera, but they have two little screws that are holding this plastic piece. What? Or maybe not. Huh. Or maybe I'm wrong. There. Take this one out. I mean, that's what it looked like. So it looked like there were these two screws that were holding this plastic piece down to the shell, but it was on the inside, like right here. But then I just wiggled this back and forth and it's actually separated. So, yeah. This thing is fused with the plastic. Wait, there are two screws down here actually. And then there are some, oh, let's see here. Let's see. These look to be rivets. Why would they do that? If I unscrew this, then would that free it from the board? So many screws. Wow, okay. I'm having flashbacks. So many screws. So many. Okay. No, it does not free it from the board. The board is riveted. But it is a pretty weak plastic. Can it be just ripped out? I'm asking all these dangerous questions. Okay, how are we going to get this out? I don't know why they made this so difficult. It's just like them saying, we intend for this fat piece to be on top of it. We do not want this to be a distinguished, or we want this to be a distinguishing feature from the original. And we will fight for that. I don't know. And maybe I'm just being pessimistic. It's just really, really silly. What is it being held in by? You know, as I rock it back and forth, I could see that it's released from this side, but the other side is holding down from the rivets. So Let's see. What am I going to do here? Yup. Those were rivets. And now they're no longer rivets. They are former rivets. It's funny. Okay. So this thing should just, you know, slot into place. Yeah. And if in the future, for whatever reason, it overheats, I could just put a heatsink on the back. But I don't think it will. Just thinking. You know what? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's go ahead and put the top on here. I would say the pieces fit together pretty well. Yeah, this thing is gonna need to go. Let's think it's actually stuck together by a conductive thermal pad. So I'm not going to do this in this video right now, but what I'm going to do is put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol in between and then just remove this and put it in, because this is a pretty silly design, I do have to say. In any case, there are plenty of screws to just, you know, screw pieces of metal to absorb the heat that is generated from the chip. We have, let's do that later. Turning over the console, we can go ahead and install our game bit screw. Actually, cannot forget the foot. It's one. That's two. And we have a few more screws over here on the top, as well as one down here in the bottom. Let's do the bottom screw first. Okay. And then we have one. 3. I'm not entirely sure if those 3 screws were of different lengths, but is this one even going in? I don't think it is. Huh. So, yeah, they might be. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, my mistake. Okay, so they are of different thicknesses at least. The thickest one is going to go in the top left corner. And the other 2 thin ones are going to go in the other 2 holes. Yep. This is where everything starts skipping. So much torque. It's actually not going. I think this screw is, yeah. Well, that's fun. Okay, well, this screw is completely stripped. That's always a good thing. Let's try another one. Fantastic. These 3 posts. These 3 posts are by far the most difficult. This is too thin. Yeah. So, if you're going to be doing this, I know I keep saying, but these 3 posts are going to probably be the most difficult. But other than that, this is not that bad of a purchase. It's pretty solid, actually. Going to let's see. Put the cover on. I still don't know what these parts are for. These 2. No idea. Okay. Put the expansion port cover on. And last but not least, let's see. Okay, and there you go. Yep. And that's how it's done. Yeah. So I think overall, this process is probably not too difficult, so long as you have the right tools, of which they thankfully provide. However, like I would say, or like I was saying before, that is not going anywhere. Oh, that's the biggest problem that I have with this kit. It's just like these posts, the posts are drilled through, but they are drilled through with like the tiniest drill bits. And what ends up happening is that you're going to have to really manually drill them yourself anyway with a slightly larger bit. Because if you don't, and if you just do it manually, like me, like that, then you're going to have a very hard time putting this together. But it does look good. And it's, I guess it's a nice little way to update your console if you did not get one of the fantastic ones from before that were offered around this time period at some point. But I think that's it. I think I'm going to wrap up this video here and just say thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.